What's up, everybody? I'm Eric. Eric with an A, or as the people from Starbucks call me, Erica. Welcome to another video. I hate when people say that, Kelly. Welcome to another video. They know it's another video already. You don't have to say that. Okay, I won't say it then. Well, I'm Eric with an A. And the A is for ankles. Video is brought to you by ankles. They hold your feet on. My top 10 tips for beginners that are beginning. Tarkov. The game with all the joy and happiness of postpartum depression. Welcome. Welcome to the game. Well, whoever talked you into buying this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and write in the comments how much you hate them, because you will learn to hate them because of this game. But here are my top 10 tips. Just the tips. Tip number 1. Scavs will make you dead. They will make you dead with no apology. Whether they are a non-player scav or a player scav. They will murder you in the streets. Like they did JFK. Too soon? Okay. Tip number 2. Learn one map really well. You want to learn one map inside and out, left side and right, north side and south side, and sometimes west side in this motherfucker right here. My first map that I learned is woods. And I know woods so well, I could spawn in the woods, look at a tree and be like, that's an Alabama sumac right there. That bush right there, that's a Japanese maple. And I know exactly where I am because I can smell it. And I find my way out the woods, and then I make my way to lumber mill and die immediately. Because everybody goes to lumber mill dressed like a fucking Abrams tank. Tip number 2.5. Don't go to lumber mill unless you want to fight an actual Abrams tank. Tip number 3. And this is the big one, and this is the one you'll hear in every video you watched before this one. Bullets mean more than the gun. It's better to have really good bullets or the best bullets in a shitty gun rather than having really shitty bullets in a good gun. Because if you have an M4 and you're spraying and you're just spraying downtown with M855 or some round like that, and I got M995 in an 8R, and I'm triple tapping you in the chest, making you look like a corpse, dressing you up for a casket, well, then M4 is just a waste of money then, isn't it? Yeah. Tip number 3, get you some good goddamn bullets. Because they'll make you money. Tip number 4, and this is for like the level 1s, stack your backpacks. In your inventory, check it. Go to my character, go to this backpack. What's in that backpack? Another backpack. What's in that backpack? Another backpack. Backpack, 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 backpack. Backpack, 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 until you go insane. Backpack, 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 chest rig. Done. That's like 14 backpacks right there. So stack them shits. Gotta stack the backpacks, Jack. Tip number 5. The Cinco, as they say in Argentina. Tip number 5 is from levels 1 to 10, you want to run your PMC the majority of the time because leveling your scav does nothing for you. At level 10, you get the flea market and your whole new, you know when Aladdin was on that carpet trying to fuck that bitch and he was singing a whole new world? Well, from levels 1 to 10, you're singing a whole new world into the flea market. Because that's what you want. You want to get a level 10, get the flea market, then you just start busting it out, getting your hideout up, getting your money up. Levels 1 to 10, you'll find the best loot you'll ever find in the game. And then you'll have to sell it to dealers instead of their full asking price, full MSRP. So when you get the flea market, it really ups your money making potential. Every flea market I've always been to is all, it's like, bro, you still got an NES? No, it's 2010, my brother. He's like, nah, you need this Ninja Turtles Battle for Los Angeles shit. Or whatever the Ninja Turtles game was. Make sure you're running your PMC as much as possible and getting them levels up until level 10. Unless you need money, because your scav is just a money maker, basically. He's just a money making motherfucker. He's just out there for the ducats, and that's what he's about. He doesn't do nothing for your character. So make sure you run PMC as much as possible to get to level 10 and get that flea market. Don't be afraid. Don't be a fucking afraid. Because when you get to the flea market, look at that. Look at that whole new world right there. Look at all that business right there. That's it. I don't even know what this shit is. But it's expensive. But kind of attached to number 5, tip number 6, get rid of gear fear. Don't have it. It's harder. It's easier said than done. But when you get that gear fear in your mind and you look at this gun that you built or this gun that you have and it's all sexy with its flashlights and red dots and extra stocks and pistol grips and shit. You look at that and you're like, I don't want to lose that. This is my baby girl. No. Fuck that bitch. She belonged to the streets. So what do? Put her back out on the streets. Because you got to spend money to make money, playboy. You got to do. So yeah, don't be afraid to lose your good shit. Because you got to spend that money to make that money. That's all it is. Tip number 7. We're already at number 7. We've been talking a long time. I'm going to have a little sippy sip of water. Bonus tip. Tip number 6 3/4. Make sure to hydrate and energize, or you'll die in the game. When you find juices and waters in raid, pop them. You get them out of your inventory and you'll get that hydration going. Just pop them. Don't be afraid. I mean, I know it's a water that you found on the middle of a table in a cabin in Russia, but just pop it. Don't be afraid. Tip number 6 1/4. Tip number 7. If you run no other piece of gear with your weapon, run headphones, and here's why. Say you're going through the busting through the brush, and you hear some other guy hustling through the brush. Now, if you didn't have the headphones and you didn't hear him, and you brought that penis helmet instead. Oh, by the way, tip number 7 and 5/8, that's called a penis helmet. It's a good cheap helmet, but if you only want to run one piece of extra gear, if you're not going to run armor or an armored rig, and you're just going to run a backpack, a gun, you want a pair of headphones, because your chances of winning a gunfight butt-ass naked are a lot better if you can hear where the guy's coming from at the same time he hears you or just before. So make sure you get them headphones going and you really use them to the best of your advantage. Nothing else, run the headphones. Easy. That was tip number 7. We did it. Gotta flip the script. And respect the drip, Karen. Tip number 8. I'm sure you've heard this before in the 11 other videos you watched, because that's where I heard it. Put your meds in your alpha container. Put your meds in your alpha container until you find, if you find something that is going to make you the same amount of money or more than the stuff that's in your alpha container, keep your meds in there. If you find a chocolate bar, take that hemostat, yeet it up into your backpack, put the chocolate bar there, because they're worth more than the hemostat. Easy, simple maths, quick maths. But yeah, put your medicine, as much medicine as you can in here. And then if you find good stuff you want to take back with you, just move that out. Easy. And if you get shot before you get to use any of this, guess what? It's yours. It's still yours. You don't use it because you can't insure your medicine. None of that is insurable. But if you put it in your alpha container, it's better than insurance. So take your Band-Aids, take your Pokemon Band-Aids, and put them motherfuckers right here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that's tip number 8. Just take them, put them in the alpha case. When you find something better, swap them out. Easy. Tip number 9. Or as in Germany, they say tip number no. Pistol runs and low budget runs are your friends. There's nothing wrong with ratting around with a PMM with just this. Where's that bad boy at? PMM. Bop. See these PMMs? No, you don't. Now you see the PMMs. Boom, right there. Them PMMs right there probably made me 60,000 rubles a piece, and they cost $3,000 at Prapper level 1. It's quick maths. You just rat around. You put as much stuff in this backpack as you can with a pistol. Someone pulls up, you dot them. You pin the tail on that motherfucker. Easy. Leap. You just squirt them up. Put the squirt gun on them, son. Tip number 9. Them low budget runs are not to be fucked with. Especially with PMC, you can get that experience. Get closer to level 10. But yeah, them pistol runs with a backpack, maybe a little bit of armor, maybe a helmet. Maybe a pack of armor so the scavs don't one-shot you. They two-shot you. You know what I mean? You know, that's a 26,000 ruble expenditure to still get shot by a scab. But anyway, we're not complaining. We're going for tips. These are tips. These are the tips. And tip number 10. Tip number 10. And this is probably one of the most important tips that I can give to you right now, is play with your friends. I mean, I know they're going to be running around taking all the loot out of the boxes and doing that stuff. But chances are, if you're playing with friends and they're not new to the game, they're going to carry you through to level 10 in a couple days, 3 or 4 days, get you on that sweet flea market. But yeah, tell your friends to play with you. Play, really focus one map down. Maybe have them take in their good shit and you just take a pistol. Be like, I'll back you up, brother. I got this PMM and I'll put it right to the dome. Hit him right in the fucking suka, son. Those are my tips. My 10 beginner's tips from a beginner, from Escape from Tarkov. And I'll see you guys out there.